Today's jersey is from Club de Football Monterrey, better known as Rayados, which means the striped ones, nicknamed after the stripes that go up and down their home kit. Rayados have been around since the end of the Second World War and are another one of Mexico's most famous and successful clubs. When it comes to titles, Mexico has one of the most competitive leagues in the entire world. Out of the last 10 tournaments, 8 different clubs have won the title, with Rayados winning their latest title during the Apertura of 2019. For a little more context there, 10 different clubs have won more than 5 titles in Liga MX. By comparison, only 8 English clubs have achieved the same thing, with only 5 of those having won a title since the late 80s. Here's all the silverware that Monterrey can boast, with those 5 Champions League titles being particularly important. They've been very dominant in the last decade and a half or so, and are one of only 2 clubs to have ever won 3 titles in a row. Worldwide, for clubs that portray stars around their badge, they do it for domestic titles won or international titles won, which makes Monterrey a bit of a rarity in that they do both. You can see that this kit from 2018 is missing a couple stars, with the blue stars signifying the amount of domestic titles and the gold stars the amount of international or Champions League titles they've won. They currently have 5 of each. Rayados contest one of the best matches in all of Mexico, the Clásico Regiomontano, against crosstown rivals Tigres. This match is always a good one, with both clubs having big fan bases, and they generally pack in their stadiums season to season, so it's a great atmosphere, home or away. It's been particularly good in recent seasons, with both clubs funneling money into their squads. They can boast some of the best Mexican talent on display, as well as some of the best foreign talent playing in Mexico currently. They also have another rivalry developing in recent seasons against fellow Northerners Santos Laguna that's based off of them competing in 4 different finals recently, with Rayados coming out on top 3 times. Let's talk former players and start with Guillermo Franco, one of their strikers and a key component of the team that beat Tigres on the way to the title during the Clausura 2003. Second, let's talk about Humberto Suazo, another in a long line of successful strikers for Monterrey with 121 goals. I love this guy for 2 reasons. First, for his nickname, Chupete, and second, for this clean-shaven, bald head, which is where I'm going. And for you Monterrey fans, you might be happy to know that he is still playing the game at 41 down in Chile. And for a club so dedicated to Cantera, I'll call it just one name of the many in Francisco Javier Cruz, or El Abuelo, as he's nicknamed. He has a rare distinction of being one of the few players that's played for both Tigres and Rayados, and for some reason is still loved by both fan bases. To call back to that wealth of talent I mentioned in their current squad, up front, let's talk about Joel Campbell, the Costa Rican who's on loan from Club León. Towards the back, Hector Moreno, one of the best longtime Mexican international defenders, and along the wings, his fellow international, Jesus Gallardo. There's a lot more that you can learn about Rayados Monterrey, and it's a good time to check them out with the Apertura just starting. We're only 2 rounds in.